Good morning, folks. Welcome back to the channel. It's always a pleasure to see you. I hope you're doing well. It's time for them semi-finals for us today. Over in the Masters, two of the best is what we've got. That's right, I cannot wait for these. Be sure to get your comments in with your predictions. Anything that I'm going to be taking personally will be in that pinned comment. If you want to take a look at that, feel free to. And do with it what you please. You can take it if you want, leave it if you must. It's entirely up to you. And before we get started, I'm going to ask you to like the video. If you'd be so kind, get yourself subscribed to the channel if you're not already. We continue to grow each and every day. Very, very close to 2,500 subs now, folks. So do me the favour. Do yourself the favour. Get yourself involved. You won't be disappointed. That's a guarantee. And very well. Now all that is said and done very quickly. How did you all get on in yesterday's games? There was nothing for me. I just sat there and enjoyed the Liverpool match. What a match that was. Shout out to the boys. Let me know if anyone got any winners on that. But yeah, there was nothing for me on the tour for yesterday. Well, let me know. Did you win? Did you lose? Did you just come close? And we shall get straight into business. Why not? Let's get it on. Very well, folks. First off, for us today, it's the one we're waiting for. The one we cannot wait to see. And believe me, I am super excited to watch Jannik Sinner play Terence Atmane tonight over in the semi-finals. I think this has the potential, based on what we've seen this week, this certainly has the potential to be an absolute cracker. But it also has the potential and the makings to go the way pretty much every single Jannik Sinner match goes. And that is inevitably in the way of Jannik Sinner. And it could be a quick one. I'd be a little bit, I'm not going to say disappointed, but I'd be a little bit underwhelmed if Jannik Sinner was to just repeat what he done to Felix. I'd like to think Terence Atmane, given what he's doing so far this week, I'd like to assume he's going to turn up and give this one as all. Why not? This is the big one. Even though it's the semis, like, this is as big as it's going to get so far. This will undoubtedly be the biggest win of his career. It'll probably be the biggest win ever of his career for the rest of his career, thinking about it, if he's to get this one done. Imagine the upset. Close your eyes and picture the upset if Terence Atmane was to turn up and beat Jannik Sinner today over in Cincinnati. Jannik Sinner, yeah, he won this last year, right? Am I correct in saying that? Yeah, defending champion. Not only that, it's fucking Jannik Sinner, you know. Unfortunately, not a lot that you can do when Sinner is about 1.05. That's just Jannik Sinner prices. That's the price you have to pay. Well, it's the price that they want you to pay for Jannik Sinner, but there's most certainly no business to be done with that. Terence Atmane, 9-1 as a dog. Oh, Jesus Christ! Don't be doing that to me. Don't be tempting me like that. 9-1 for Terence Atmane. It's worth just a punt, that, innit? That's just worth a punt at 9-1 based on what we've seen already. I mean, if anyone's gonna pull off another upset, it's gonna be this guy for sure. He's most definitely got his work cut out for him. I was gonna sit here and start by saying, look, the rule does apply for this one. The big price, the big dog, the big spread, the over. It's entirely up to you. You pick your poison. If you're just seeking the value, Terence Atmane plus that 5.5 would probably be the way to look. I mean, if you're seeking value, look at that 9-1, 10-1, depending where you're getting it. Just have a flutter on that. I don't see why not. You're just going to have a little flutter on that. It's not too hard to make a decision on this one today. Like I said, I'm looking at Terence Atmane plus that 5.5 if I was to go for anything. But Jannik Sinner's just been bageling everyone, it seems like, this season. 7 bagels. It said before, that's what I was reading before, that's right. 7 bagels for Jannik Sinner. Wouldn't be surprised if he dishes out another one against Terence Atmane. Let's be real for a second. If these were playing each other any other time in the season, prior to what we've seen this week, if we would have been faced with this matchup, it probably would have been early doors in a tournament. We wouldn't have even spoke about it. This would have been one of them matches where we go, look, big dog, big spread, massive favourites. Rule applies. Jannik Sinner every day of the week. Things are a little bit different in this one. Although I wouldn't have said, you'd have to go and check for yourself. Statistically, I wouldn't have thought Terence Atman is operating at quite the level of Yannick Sinner this week. He may be, he may be there roundabout close, but I'd be willing to bet in the majority of the categories that matter most, Yannick Sinner's probably outplaying this guy, which is crazy to say because Terence Atman's been unbelievable. To think there's someone outperforming him as far as efficiency goes, that doesn't seem right, doesn't it? But it's obviously going to be Yannick Sinner if it's going to be anyone at all. Let's just talk about the run. Let's look at the run for the Frenchman. I mean, is this 7 games in now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 games in. This will be number 8. Had to come through qualifying. Nishioka, Caboli, Fonseca, Taylor Fritz, Holger Rune. Like I said, back-to-back, top 10 wins. Fantastic. If you'd have told me he was going to pull that off prior to this week, I'd have thought you need help. I'd have been like, you know what, this is humbling, but you need help, my brother. That's some serious mental illness that you're dealing with right there. But look what he's done. Look what he's done. Like, fuck me, right? Who'd have thought? Can't say he doesn't deserve to be here. Can't say he doesn't deserve to be here. He's played every game. Like I said last time, we've been calling it, haven't we, sort of? He's got nothing to lose. Playing with full freedom. Nothing to lose. Just go for it. Go all out. One thing I did notice before as well, I was just reading up on a couple of things I thought it may have been interesting for those that really care about the different stuff. By the end of this week, even if he doesn't get past Yannick Sinner, I'm not really expecting him to, although I would most definitely love him to. He will have pulled in more cash just from what he's done over in the Masters this week than what he would have won all season the past 7 months. Just over 300 grand he'll get himself for what he's done over in Cincinnati. Not bad, eh? Not a bad price, that, is it? 7 days playing the sport you love. Eh? If things were different. If things were different for us, eh? Look, 300 grand, like I say, I mean, pulling in more, especially for someone the calibre. I'm not going to say the calibre, for someone like Terence Atman, residing around the Challenger Tour, in and around the Challenger Tour anyway, prior to this. I imagine we're going to see him a hell of a lot more on tour level games after this. 300 grand's a shit ton of money to just get all at once for this kind of player. It really is. That's a massive deal. That's a big deal. Unfortunately for him, I imagine he's probably going to stay in the States heading into the US Open. So 300 grand, that's what, call it fucking 2 days and your lunch at Disneyland or whatever. Fucking thieving bastards. Nah, I'm only joking. But yeah, thought that was decent. And not only that, the ranking points as well. I think he'd pretty much pulled in just under half the amount of ranking points within this week than what he's accumulated all season. Fantastic. This is how it's done, innit? This is how the best survive, innit? You can stay on top of your game, do fuck all for a month or two, turn up for a Masters and a Slam, deep runs, and just stay within it, stay amongst it all. Kind of getting off track. But like I said at the start, it's not too hard to make a decision on this one. It's really not. I genuinely believe Yannick Sinner is probably going to beat Terence Atman today. But I'd like to roll a dice on this one, plus that 5.5. Today seems to be the day. This is the match, innit? This is the match. Do you dare to dream? Do you dare to dream? Fortune favours the brave, I always say. I think I would like to go with Terence Atman, plus that 5.5. He has proven more than enough to me this week to suggest that he's going to turn up and give this his all. I did have a quote from Terence Atman after his match as well. It was a fucking banger. It just can't remember what it was. I'll try and get it up for you dead quick while I'm still on it. But if I can't find it, I can't find it. I think I've got it right here. Where was it? Bear with me one sec. There was a quote and I weren't too sure. And then I read the quote after his interview the other day and I was like, you know what? I'm on board. I feel like I'm willing to go to war. At the side of Terence Atman, win or lose. He kind of dragged me on board, I'm not going to lie. Is this it here? Yeah, this was it. When asked about playing Yannick Sinner. Yannick Sinner's just a person with 2 arms and 2 legs, just like me. I'm going to see what the very, very high level is like, and I can't wait. I'm just going to attack it like every other match. Since the start of the tournament, I've had nothing to lose, and that doesn't change now. All day, it's my guy. All day, love that. Game, I love it. That's that dog in it. That's that fight in you. Love it. Love to see it, and I imagine you do too. look, as Boyzone say, or Westlife, whoever the fuck sang it, Bee Gees, I think it was Boyzone. It's only words. It's only words. But I think Terence Atman's played at a level this week to back up them words. I feel like he can definitely back this one up. If he wins it, then so be it. Fantastic. I'd love to see it. Unfortunately, he is playing the best in the world. He is playing the best in the world. And I suppose I'd have to say how much damage do we think Terence Atman is really going to do to Jannik Sinner today? Maybe that's a bit unfair. The way the Frenchman's been playing, maybe we should be sitting here saying, how good do we think Jannik Sinner's going to do against Terence Atman? Because this guy's been playing lights out. Honestly, God. If I didn't know any better, I'd say at the start of this tournament, I think Terence Atman may have stolen some cream out of Jannik Sinner's bag or something, because this guy's just turned into an absolute monster. Absolute monster. That's neither here nor there. I think I'll be going with Atman on the spread. I feel like I'm being forced to, and I'm alright with that. Could be a trap. He could turn up and get absolutely destroyed. Food for thought, just before it go as well, one more thing that is catching me eye. I can't help. But I tried to ignore it as well, but I keep thinking about it. I was thinking about it all night. Over 3.5 breaks a serve in the match. Just under evens. Just under evens, minus 110 for the Americans. Thoughts? Ideas? Anything? Any takers on that? Please do let me know in the comments. Get your predictions in, as always. I think I'll be leaning with Terence Atman on that spread. But let me know on that as well. Something different. Try something different for today. Over 3.5 breaks a serve. If Jannik Sinner's going to come out in beast mode, he could very well do that. Could get 2 or 3 in the one set, But then again, even if it goes slightly the other way, Terence Atman turns up, gives him a good go. Let's just say Terence Atman, we live in a world where Terence Atman breaks the serve of Jannik Sinner. And there's one. I would imagine Jannik Sinner's probably going to break back almost immediately. There's your 2. There's half the bet done in pretty much 2 games. I'm hoping. I'm trying to imagine how this one would go. Obviously, there's plenty of ways this match could go, but if I'm taking that over 3.5 on the breaks of serve, I think that's a bit more tempting. That price is a little bit more tempting, I think. Even though the spread price is good too. But I don't know. I'm not going to waste no more time on it anyway. I feel like those 2 are pretty much as good as it's going to get. Any takers? Atman on the spread? Anyone taking Sinner minus the games? Anyone? He could cover it. He done it against Felix. He did. Could have took him minus fucking 50.5 against Felix. Felix could still be playing him now and he still wouldn't have won a fucking game. I'm expecting Atman to turn up and give it his all. But will his all be enough against the best in the world? I'm not too sure. But we will most definitely find out very, very soon. Let me know what you're going for, folks, and we'll move on to the next one. Very well, folks, we shall wrap this shit up with Alexander Zverev and Carlos Alcaraz. I can't wait for this. It's going to be a banger. I would imagine so anyway. I feel like I've seen this match quite a few times over the years. I am correct. Head to head is 6-5 to the German in this spot. Most importantly, if we're talking hard court and hard court alone, head to head is 5-2 to Zverev in that regard. Most definitely makes things a little bit more interesting in this one. I will just refer back to yesterday's video. Or was it yesterday's or the day before? Last time we mentioned Carlos Alcaraz and we mentioned the stellar record of this guy. This guy has been unbelievable. 52 wins, 6 losses. Somewhat untouchable, but 22-1 on the clay, 5-0 indoors, 11-1 on the grass, 14-4 on the hard court. I said it the other day and I'll say it again. It seems like if you're going to get at Alcaraz at all this season, it's probably going to be on the hard court. But it ain't going to be easy. It's not like he's shit on the hard court and he can't play. That's not what I'm saying at all. But the majority of the losses, he's lost 6 all year. Fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely disgusting. But 4 of the 6 have come on the hard court, so you take from that what you shall. Dicey one against Rublev. Did anyone be honest? Was there any point in that match, because I feel like they may have been for me, did you start believing? I didn't want to. I didn't want to, but then it got to a point where I thought, you know what? I think Rublev might do him. I think Rublev might do him. Just when I was almost certain that he probably wouldn't stand a chance against them, look at how good he played. Look at how close he kept. Anyone take him on the spread? Let me know if anyone got anything on Rublev on that. Good game. Solid match. Happy days from Alcaraz. Managed to see that one out in the end. 6-3, 4-6, 7-5 to the Spaniard. Definitely his toughest task so far in the Masters. You'd say that. I mean, he took 3 sets against the Miyajima, although the sets were very, very quick. They were strange match. We touched on that one. But that's long gone. Zverev looks so solid. I know exactly what I'm going to get out of Zverev, man. I mean, when he's playing like this, he passes the eye test with flying colours, doesn't he? He's so hard to play against. So hard to play against. He may not necessarily be the most flashy, the most powerful, the most nimble, but he is so solid. So solid, crew. The shot tolerance out of Zverev as well. The way he can rally with you, it's like it's second to none, really. He's fantastic at it. More often than not, you see, and I'm not saying this would necessarily apply to the likes of a Carlos Alcaraz, although it very well could do. I mean, look at that head-to-head. Beaten him 6 times already. He is winning the head-to-head. He could very well just beat him today. I think when you try and rally with Zverev, you quickly find out if you can or if you can't. And even if you can a little bit, you probably aren't going to out-rally him. More often than not, this is what we see with other opponents. You just can't hang with him. You can't hang with him. And if you're just giving him easy ones, he'll blast winners past you. And even if you are kind of hanging in there, you'll just keep giving them back, keep sending them back your way, and you'll probably just fucking beat yourself. You'll end up breaking yourself. Alcaraz could most definitely fall in to the Zverev pit today, no doubt. No doubt. Like I say, he dropped a set to Demir Juma. He did drop one to Rublev. He looked like it could have went either way in that third set. When a match like that enters the third set, that's what I call entering God's hands. It's in God's hands. There's nothing you can do. Que sera, sera, what shall be, and all that bollocks. Something's telling me Zverev's going to give him a solid go, I don't like to go against Alcaraz at all. I do genuinely believe he's going to win this game against Zverev today. Rublev gave him a tough time. I would imagine Zverev is going to be a bit more robust than Andrei Rublev on the day, so how much closer can Carlos Alcaraz afford this match to be? I'm not too sure. One thing that is jumping out to me, and anyone that is looking on taking Alcaraz today, you may already be there. 1.5 fucking get in. What is this? Am I dreaming? Are my eyes playing tricks on me? Am I being punked as fucking Aston Kutcher about to burst through the door? Be like, I'm only joking, he's 1.2. 1.5? It's beckoning. That price is beckoning me. It really is. It's saying, come on, take me. Take me now while I'm 1.5, because I might drop to 1.4. I'm even 1.6 on the exchange. Oh. Stop it. Stop tempting me with these prices today. No. I think I might just have to go for it. That is, like, if you've got anything else to take with that regarding a parlay piece, you'd only need something small. 1.5, 1.6 for Alcaraz. I don't think we'd get him anywhere near that all week. We've been having to deal with him around 1.02. You're essentially losing money if you bet on Alcaraz and he wins matches at that price. It's fucking nuts. But 1.6, that's something I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of business with on the side, if I'm being honest with you. I quite fancy an over in this as well. I quite fancy an over in this one, although some of them Zverev games ain't necessarily been going over the total, especially over here in Cincinnati. As a matter of fact, every single one of them would have went under. You think he's going to beat Alcaraz in straight sets? I wouldn't have thought so. But I do think Zverev getting a set is highly likely in this one. Highly likely. So you could look at it that way. I'm expecting a tightly contested match. A very tough contest either way. I am leaning towards the over in this. Most definitely leaning towards an over. And for the sake of it, I'd have to take Carlos Alcaraz. 1.6, I mean, I'd have to. I'd just have to. That just seems too good to pass up on today. Who's the better player? There you go. 1.6 is the price you're going to pay for the Spaniard today. If you ain't too sold, probably just take the over. I think Zverev's just going to get dog walked by him. Don't know, I think Zverev's playing a little bit too good for that today. It is the semi-finals. We're nearly at the end of it. But it's still all to play for. It's still all to play for, and there can only be one out of both of these today. I would imagine it's going to be the story as usual. Same old stuff, same old shite. Jannik Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz getting it done in the main draw, deep into a tournament, getting themselves to another final. I'd love to watch Jannik Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz play each other. It'd be fantastic. That'd be some final, that, wouldn't it, in the Cincinnati Masters? Who do you reckon would win that? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll cross that bridge when we certainly come to it, and we will come to it very, very soon, providing they can do the business today. Alcaraz, for me, lean towards an over, and then I feel like as far as the first match goes, I'm really, really tempted with that over 3.5 breaks of serve. Very tempted indeed. Atmane on the points would be a little sprinkler, I think. But then again, if you're sprinkling on that, you may as well sprinkle on the money line. You know, just given the price anyway, that's too good to pass up on too. Right then, that shall do us for today. Another one in the bag. As always, I shall say thank you for stopping by. Thanks for watching the show. Make sure you like and subscribe before you go. I appreciate each and every one of you. You know that I do. Very close to that 2.5k now, folks. Get yourself involved, providing you're not already. You know, Paulie Sports is very, very grateful for each and every one of his subscribers. Absolutely. But I'll be seeing you around. I'll be seeing you. And I'll be saying good night to you. Or good morning. Or whatever. Best of luck today. Let me know what you're going for. Get your comments in. I do apologise. I've been a bit late. A little bit lazy with the replies the past couple of days. I've been on nights. You know, don't crucify me for that. I've been a bit fucked. I've been a bit tired. It happens, doesn't it? This is what happened. That's life. We're back to normal now. I will. If I don't reply to you immediately, then take that as I'm asleep, and I'll get on you when I wake up. Don't worry about it. But I'll speak to you soon, and I'll see you tomorrow, folks. Best of luck. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. It's the most important thing. It always is. See you in a bit. Enjoy the matches today. See you tomorrow.